Topic of the day: pickup trucks. You know, are they really a menace to the North American streets, or is everyone just a little gung-ho about them because they're the biggest thing on the street? I mean, I'm probably biased because I actually work a mechanical trades job where I do work every day. I mean, a lot of these people that hate on them every single day are people that work in cubicles, or, you know, they make YouTube videos, you know. And I think the biggest thing, to me at least, about pickups really is the modular ability of them. I mean, you can do a lot of work with a F-250, F-350 pickup truck, and that's not to say you can't with a van, but with a van, you know, hauling ductwork and exhaust fans and stuff like that can be a pain in the ass if they're bigger than the top of the van, if they're taller than the top of the van. And I know those are choice situations. Some people would probably say, you know, just get a trailer, and they're right. You know, but I don't think pickups are as evil as some people like to make them out. I think the bigger issue, especially here in Maine, is the culture of these people that buy trucks to just drive them every day. Gets, you know, 32 miles to the gallon. That's actually someone crashed. Put my lights on. She is a Trek Alpha. She's you know, maybe, I think we did some research, figured out it's probably like a 10-year-old bike. Probably didn't have a lot of miles on it. The only thing I've had to do is restring the back wheel, and I put my own pedals on it. But, you know, other than that, she's pretty bog standard in a rack. She was probably being used as a race bike before, but paid $500 for it used at a bike shop. Support your locals if you can, if you have any. Oh. But yeah, trucks. I mean, I understand some people look at trucks as they're too tall and the grills are too big and they're too high off the ground. I can agree with all of that. I'm not sitting here saying I like the new trucks, but I also am not going to sit here and say that I think all of them are evil and all of them should be banned in America. But I think they should be a different registration for SUVs and trucks, for sure. because they're bigger, they're heavier, they do more damage to our roads. But I feel the same way with electric vehicles, because electric vehicles are heavy and they're in the way, and they rip up the roads just as bad as these SUVs. I really, one sec, let's get out of this wind. I have a second layer, but I really don't want to wear it. I need to get a jersey that has long sleeves. I really do. I don't want to put a jacket on because I know that if I do, when I get to work, my back is going to be soaked. I mean, I am so on board with, you know, more public transport here where I live. Buses, carpooling, any of that stuff would be better. Yeah, even if it was just a bus that stopped in front of the park, it went to Gorham Center, then I could get off, and you know, I could even take my bike and bike up to work from there. And then, you know, then I wouldn't feel as bad about, you know, you bike to the store, grab a couple things, and then, you know, bike home. The issue with biking to the store where I'm at is there's a store on my way home, but it's on the wrong side of the street. So if I were to go there, I'd almost want to go there early in the morning. Yeah, that water washed away a lot of that pollen. Yeah, look at that. That's great. Those are sticks, by the way, not snakes. Those sticks in the water kind of remind me of snakes. But yeah, I think vilifying all trucks is silly, because I don't think it gets to our root problem here in America. We have a culture of people, like I have a guy I work with who's actually a supporter of me cycling to work every day, but he's a car guy, which in America really doesn't make sense. Why buy a nice car if all you're ever going to do with it is drive around on shitty roads and be in traffic? You know, I'd rather have a little Toyota Corolla or a Honda Civic or something that was gas efficient and small. But even, I think it has to do with the American market wanting bigger vehicles. But you know, even the Honda Civic and the Toyota Corolla have gotten huge. They're huge compared to what they used to be. It's probably all these safety ratings. I've always been a fan of smaller vehicles, smaller cars, you know, roller skate type things. The Ford Focus was my favorite car when I was first getting into driving. I actually like the Chevy Cavalier. The issue with the Cavalier is it's a rolling turd, like a lot of stuff that Chevy made during those years. You know, the paint rotted off the hoods on certain years. They were tinny and cheap feeling. I think we even drove a Scion XD, and even that was kind of tinny and gross feeling. Ford Focus wasn't bad. My Honda Civic is an awesome car. I love it to death. All right, coming up on the fun part. Battling traffic. There's the sun. I'm hoping it warms it up because it's chilly this morning. Brr. It was actually decently warm yesterday when I headed home. The issue was the wind. The wind was cutting right through me. Oh, perfect. Yeah, I can already feel this road is warmer due to all the vehicles on it. And just to say my piece, my final piece on trucks versus vans. I've worked out of both. Did plumbing and heating for a couple of years. Still do, but I don't work on the road anymore. At least I don't for a company. I work for myself. I found that trucks are twice as comfortable as any van. I've never found a comfortable van. I actually had a lot of issues in my right knee when I was driving around in a GMC Savannah all the time. I haven't tried the Econoline, but you know, that's kind of what I'm in the market for right now, is a Ford Econoline box truck for my business. But at the same time, I've thought about it a lot, and if I had to, I'd just buy a pickup truck and put a cap on it and use that. Because the big difference between a pickup truck and a van is a pickup truck is super modular. You can put a tonneau cover, you can put a cap on it, you can not have a cap on it, you can put a box in the back, you can not have a box in the back, you can fill the thing up with rigid toolboxes, you can have it completely empty and haul just the shit you need around in it. You can put a camper bag in it. With a van, it always has a cap. You can't take that cap off once it's on there. And some people will post, oh, look at this van, and the van has a flatbed on it. And I'm like, that's just a pickup truck with extra steps. And I can promise you that costs more than most pickup trucks. You know, I believe me, I'm a big fan of the Fuck Cars forum. Big fan of not just bikes and a lot of these city developer people. And I agree with a lot of the stuff they say. But I've never quite been able to agree with the war on trucks. Just because, to me, it seems like they've never actually owned a truck. You know, they don't understand how versatile it is. You know, there was a reason that farmers back in the 1940s wanted those Model Ts with the flatbeds, because it's just so useful. And I'll say this, I can live my modern life. If I shut down my business tomorrow, I could live my modern life without a truck. The only thing that would be hard is moving a piece of plywood to my house, but you know, there are options. Renting vehicles in my area sucks. It's not fun, it's not easy. But if there was ever a car share program, I've made the statement in the past, I'd be all game for it. I think riding off the pickup truck like it's just a 9.1 miles per hour, not bad. Not bad for me, I mean. Got a lot of hills on the way coming in, but not a lot going home, so. It's funny when you see an open garage and you see a car parked next to like 4 bikes. They only had 1 bike in there, but to me, I always laugh when it's like a car parked next to like 4 bikes, and you just think about how much space is being wasted in there. All right, I'm going to go this way today.